Okay, I did it. I got my power off.
You see?
Underneath it says, swipe this for emergency. I was like, oh, okay, that's what it says.
Yeah, you were saying what you did. You were saying that if you try to turn that off,
it would dial 911.
They would dial 911.
That's what it said. It said if you swipe this, it'll dial 911.
That's it. That's creepy. That's like a CIA or
yeah, like they're listening.
Or FBI. Yeah, you turn this off.
We'll come and get you. Woo, woo. Yeah.
Bro, we're doing it. This is it. This is...
Well, now I can turn my phone off.
Yeah.
It's been on for like 3 years.
Did I tell you that I got I talked to you about this social media addiction that I had, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like for real. Like this thing about Instagram. Do you know what is Instagram?
I don't know anything about that stuff.
Oh my God, you're so blessed.
Yeah,
It's a bunch of, it's like a cell phone application, a smartphone applications. They call it like social media. It's like Facebook. You know what is Facebook?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like the same concept but different. It's kind of like, it's like another type of alcohol or beer, but it's yeah, but it's still like something very addicted. So I got very addicted to freaking social media, and then I'm saying that because you're saying about your phone. You're 3 years without turning off your phone. You know, like. I don't care about my phone. Now I'm doing so much better. No. So wow, some people love you, some people really want you. How are you?
Well, I'm doing great, man. Everything's going really good in my life. Everything's moving in a positive direction.
Bro, that's so cool to hear.
Yeah. And the way I did it was one of my friends came back from Japan. She went on a little vacation. She says, Danny, I got you something. She pulls out this little green frog that's a squeaky toy. And I said, what's this for? She goes, you said you get upset when you're driving sometimes. She goes, now if you get upset, point this little green frog at it and squeak the hell out of it. And I was like...
That's how it sounds.
I was like, okay.
Like rabbit.
Like that.
Is that like a chicken?
And I would be pointing at it instead of cussing. I would just go squeak this thing a little bit. And then after a while, I realized it was really silly to squeak this thing at someone that I have no control over.
It works.
Oh, and then I realized I don't have any control over someone that's racing through traffic and cutting me off or slamming on their brakes in front of me, whatever. Just try to get away from them a little bit. And then I realized that was a real big stressor in my life because I drive a lot. So now when someone passes me doing 100 miles an hour, zigzagging through traffic, I go, wow, he must be taking his kid to the hospital. And my brain goes, oh, yeah, maybe that's what's happening. So I'm serious. And now I don't get upset at traffic anymore. And that lowered everything around me, and I realized all these things that I can't control.
Right.
That was really bugging me, like my neighbors making a bunch of noise. I can't go over and say, shut up, you know, or anything. So you just kind of figure a different way to deal with it. Go make your own little bit of noise and stuff. Anyway.
You know, that's so cool that you're saying that because I think the same example that you're saying about driving, and all those ideas and beliefs that we had in our head trying to control. And sometimes we do that unconsciously, you know, and it's kind of cool to just realize. I think actually this is something that is happening to me that I'm celebrating, and it's happening now. It's a thing now that I see it like almost every day, and is that I'm able to see my habits, the things that I'm doing. And then I like, oh, shit. Of course, I have not been achieving this, or I feel like this because my thinking is just like a bad idea, you know? So, and I think it's cool, like all the stuff that you have to do to trick the mind and kind of like rewire yourself and program yourself to have a belief that make you feel kind of cool and happy, and I totally see your point, but I had never been just getting a freaking frog and I don't know,
and without cussing and stuff, and just go, this is your weapon. My friend Hank, the guitar player here,
yeah,
he has one, or he had one in his car, and it was like missiles, bullets, machine gun. He goes, boom, boom, boom.
That's cool because that's like, it's funny. This is so funny because something I'm learning is that there's a lot of stuff that we shouldn't take that serious. And we just have to freaking laugh.
Yeah. It's a lot of things that are out of your control.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Yeah.
You can't do anything about it.
Yeah, that's very true. I think the only thing that we can control is ourselves, and it's hard. It's so hard. like discipline, like doing the right thing and just keep going is hard. But yeah, actually in California and in the Bay, I don't think people here, they don't like the best drivers, but I think they're cool. Like, I don't think that we are aggressive, like want to kill each other. Like, these are the places that people go and fight just because they do whatever stone or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Here, I know that they smile at you. People do something messed up and then they smile and they say like, I'm sorry, and they smile. And I said, what am I gonna do? So the first time I came here to California, like 5 years ago, or when I moved, somebody took my parking. I just get, I didn't get mad because I never been like mad over traffic, but I like to say things, and just move on. And I don't remember what I said, but that dude, he looked at me, and he feel hurt. Whatever I said, he felt like hurt, and he told me, "Hey, bro, you don't have to be that rude." So I had to say, "I'm sorry, you can keep the parking," and I just continued. And at that point, I learned, you know what? People here are not that hardcore. Like in New York City, for example, people are like, fuck you, and fuck you. Like, people are just more intense. Here, people are intense, but about driving, I think we kind of cool in generally speaking. There is other places that people drive, and the attitude is just like wild.
Yeah, one time I was on the freeway over here, and me and this guy seen the open space in the middle lane at the same time. We went like that. And then he got it, and I was like, we looked at each other. Yeah, yeah, you didn't.
You see, yeah. I think that's cool. I enjoy that.
Makes you laugh,
Yeah.
And why be upset when you can laugh? Man, that was funny. He got it first. We both seen it,
Bro, have you seen this video? I think it's some people, Europeans, like they have a crazy accident. They have rollover. Like, it's crazy. It's on camera. It's bad. It's a bad accident.
Yeah.
And they just pop and they just very calm. Like, oh, my bad. Oh, it's okay. I'm fine.
Can
like,
you help me
super
flip my
polite.
car?
Like, bro, you were about to die. Bro, I am very happy because talking about have self-control and doing things, do the right thing, which I think do the right thing has a lot to do with your purpose, like what you want, what's your vision, and then just everything that it takes to build that.
Right.
And I'm very happy because this is it, man. This is a podcast. We have been talking for this for a long time. And I had this idea like for years, and I have been working very hard and overcoming a lot of fears actually. So I feel very, very, very good that look, you are my first. Yeah. You're my first guest. Host? No, I'm the host.
Yeah. I'm the guest. I'm the first guest. Yeah.
And then and I told you the name of the podcast, right?
Yeah, but say it again.
In Broken English.
Oh, yeah. I like that, man. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, there's a story behind, but it's to me, one of the reasons I'm creating this podcast is because I enjoy in connecting with people. I think that's something cool. And in the same way that we have to enjoy life and laugh, we have to connect, man. Like just talk about who we are, what we think, share, a laugh, and
learn.
Yeah,
from other people and their mistakes, whatever happened to them or the direction they're going. You go, wow, that's an interesting direction, but I'm going this way.
Yeah.
Or whatever way you want to go, Yeah, so.
I think that's cool. Man, you know what? We need to introduce ourselves.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want me to introduce yourself or you can introduce yourself? Yeah.
My name's Danny Rae Baggs. I'm the leader of my band. And Angel's our videographer. And we're doing this because we want to make it happen.
And it's happening.
Yeah. So, and who are you?
My name is how's that? How am I or who am I? Who am I or how am I? Who
Both.
am I? Both. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. Sometimes I don't feel good, but I can't complain because look, we are safe. We haven't here something. We're doing here something cool. There's no bullet flying by. There's not a bomb. Like we can smile. We can have a laugh. We can presume that tomorrow we're gonna be alive. We got food. I'm good. Yeah, so I feel
As they
good.
say, we're blessed.
Yeah, and then
because we have things.
Yeah, we have things. But then when I start like complaining about those things, I feel like what I'm complaining is I have everything kind of like there. So, but that's okay. I think it's okay feeling. I like to recognize when I don't feel that good, but I think I'm also becoming grateful, and then also saying, "Hey, it's okay if I don't feel okay, but remember, I have a lot of things around me that make me blessed. It's a blessing, and that's kind of cool. So I feel good. So that's the answer. Yes, today I feel good, and I feel very good because this is our podcast in Broken English, and my name is Angel or Angel, and there is a lot that I guess little by little I will talk more about what I'm doing here. But yeah.
Angel, the film director.
Angel, the film director. I like it. I like it. Yeah. So film director, podcaster, and joker, and whatever, a lot of things. But this is it. I think I'm enjoying just that, the fact that I want to do something and I have the power to create it and make it happen. And something that I'm learning very important is this concept. I'm in love with this idea of, yes, we can do things by ourselves. I can do a lot of things by myself, but achieving things, you need people around you. You need the energy. And then I feel that I'm achieving something because I'm connecting with people, and I just enjoying that vibe. It feels kind of good. So I'm happy that this is happening with you, man.
Yeah, so like my band, it manifested itself. I realized I had several friends that were musicians, and they're really good at what they do. And I thought, man, I should start a band. And I was performing at the Sky Cafe in South City for 22 weeks every Saturday night. And I got to know all my music really well, and everyone in the band said, well, let's play your music. So now I play rhythm and sing.
Yeah.
And anyway, I manifested this whole thing to happen. And it's working. It's really a wonderful feeling, something I always wanted, and I realized it was all around me all this time. I just had to put it together and make it happen.
How you feel?
I feel great, man. Because I'm playing music with my friends. Everyone's mellow. Nobody has a hang-up or problems of some kind.
Yeah.
And, those kind of things break up bands and things. But anyway, so as my friend says, my housemate Craig, he says, you're living the dream, man. You're living the dream.
Yeah.
And man, I'm pushing as hard as I can. Because it took a long time to collect all the parts and recognize them to make it work.
Yeah.
And that's what you've done here. All of this stuff that they can't see, you collected it, and now you have your dream.
How crazy is that, right?
Yeah. You collected all the little parts, all the big parts, and here it is. And we're living the dream.
Yeah. Bro, that's magic.
Yeah.
I think that's very cool. I think one of the most important teachings that I have been learning in at this stage of my life is just have a vision, right? You taught me that. I said, I have a dream. You said a vision. I said, yes. It's kind of like I think, can I say that you have a dream and you turn that dream into a vision? Is that right? Mm-hmm. So I'm enjoying having dreams, creating a vision, and make that vision happen. But then it's kind of like a collective thing, because there's other creators, other people who got dreams, who got ideas, and then it's kind of like finding that click between two people and create something. And I think that's beautiful. I think that's kind of like define what is living life. Like what is. I think that's cool. So, and it's funny that you're saying that, because it works both ways. That I always wanted to have a podcast, for a long time, and it is complicated. Because like, especially now, like podcasts and trending, like everybody wants to be in a podcast is a thing. So, but there is a lot of people who want to do things, but just a little bit of people just actually do it or try to do it. Yeah. And then it's about not only finding the people that it's not only about connecting with people that want to do things, but it's also connecting with those who are willing to do the things, to take the risk and go for the adventure. And let's say, hey, let's try something. Let's try the video. Let's try to put the band together. Let's try the podcast. Let's just play with the toys and see what happens. And I think that for me, I appreciate that I'm finding people who are willing to do things rather than say I just want, but also they are doing it and creating art. And then I'm here. I have this podcast, Broken English. I'm very blessed that I met you, man. I want to say thank you. I'm very, very happy that I met you. It's very interesting how the things align.
I could like see your aura when I met you. I went, man, this guy's cool. I could tell just by your mannerism and everything about you. I said, man, this guy's cool. And I said, you said, hey, do you play guitar? I had a guitar on my back, and you said you had one at home that doesn't have any strings on it. I said, well, hey, I'll give you a lesson. I'll put strings on it for you. You go, oh, yeah, maybe one day. And then you said, but if you need a cameraman, let me know. And when I started my band, we were having a good time and everything. I said, hey, we should get this on, make it real, where we could go back and look at it again at some time and go, hey, man, this is our band. My band.
My band.
Yeah. Anyway, so it was a blessing meeting you, man. It was just like, wow, man. I could tell we were clicking right away.
Yeah.
On the same frequency or something. I don't know, man.
Yeah. That's cool. That's cool. And then thanks to you, then I had the bless to meet the family of my band, like everybody's very cool here.
Yeah.
And hey, Danny,
Yeah.
You're very, very interesting. You're very cool. You're a rock star. I want to talk about the band, because one of the reasons I'm so happy that I have you, because every time we talk, sometimes, we are exchanging ideas, and then you start talking, and then I start listening, and then you say some things that are so cool, and I think to myself, damn it, I don't have that recorded. That sounds so amazing. So the way because in my band, you write the songs,
Right.
then you guys find the rhythm. To me, especially in today's day, that's art, like pure. That's like concentrate. So you are an artist, like purely, and in so many aspects. And for me, it's a pleasure to just talk to you and connect with you. And I think one of the reasons I admire you, Ben, is because I'm seeing that it's genuine, that is meaningful. It sounds cool. I really love the beat. And you guys are awesome. I mean, you guys are, yeah. I think each of you has something that is very unique, and I enjoy seeing that. Yeah, but anyway, just talk to me more about what is my band. What is that dream, that vision? Why are you doing that?
Okay, so I always wanted to have a band, and I've been in a couple bands, and there's always some sort of weird head trip with someone, or two people, or three people, and they're not getting along, or something like that. And all my members of my band, we're all kind of mellow, and we all get along just fine. And if someone steps out of line, you say, "Hey, man," they're like, "Oh yeah, sorry about that," yeah, and we're all good. And with my band, they know, they heard me play my songs at the cafe a bunch of times, and they know what to expect of me. Okay, so then I told them I want them to be able to just play their part to the best of their ability to make the song sound better than what me just playing by myself. And enhance. I want everyone to enhance the music, and I don't tell them what to do, how to do it, or anything. And they're doing their own thing. Everyone here is a really good musician, so they're doing their best, and I think it's sounding great. And I'd like to have everyone singing at some point.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone, because it feels really different when you're playing and singing at the same time.
Yeah.
And it's a euphoric feeling. I just love to sing and play. And anyway, that's wow. So all the members of my band are my friends, and we're all friends now. A couple of them didn't know each other, and now we all know each other. And we come here. We've been playing for 15 months now, and we have 20 songs down pat. Oh, man, they just sound... Every time we play them, it's like, wow, sounds better than last week. Yeah. So it must be getting better. And everyone's getting really tight. I try to say, pick out something that you play during the song, and you have to play that every time. And it's going to sound great. It's going to sound better and better and cleaner and tighter after a while, And we're just having a lot of fun, and we thought we should record it. Okay. Back to you, host. That's my story.
When did you learn how to play guitar?
I started playing when I was about 12 or 13. It was 1969, I believe. There was Creedence Clearwater Revival playing, and Jimi Hendrix was on the radio.
Yeah.
Man, all the other, Eric Clapton, all those people were playing, and The Who, it was great music. I said, wow, I want to play guitar. And we started trying to imitate him. And then one day I was walking past this store that had never been opened, And we looked in the window, and there was a guy sitting in there with a whole bunch of guitars. We went in there, and he gave me a couple guitar lessons. Then his brother-in-law gave me a couple guitar lessons, and they said, learn to play your own songs. You could use someone else's chords, but don't play them the same way they do or different order. But those chords go together. So then you can make up your own stuff. So I've been making up my own music for about 50 years.
50 years.
Yeah.
So you see, that's the thing. That's amazing. And the beautiful thing, or the cool thing about this, is that your songs, they sounds beautiful, and they cool, and they full of meaning. Like the song that we record the video. What's the name?
What Does It Matter?
What does not
My Little Town?
The last one.
Oh, the blues?
The blues.
I got the blues.
I got the blues. Yeah. So, can you sing it? I want to hear it.
Okay, well, I have to stand up.
Okay.
Oh, no. Oh, here. Oh, if you sing the blues, you got to live them too. Da 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 da. Oh, if you lead me on, girl, you know I'll follow you to the end of the world. Da 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 da.
Bro, I had to listen to that song so many times because of the video. Like every time I go into to create a video, I need to listen to the song and listen. Lucky Me is a cool song. All your songs are cool. All your songs. So, and every song have story.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think that's very captivating. I think that's something amazing. So, yeah, that song in particular have a very nice story behind.
Uh-huh.
So, can you explain it? Because I want to enjoy it this time that I'm asking you. Is that okay?
Yeah. So, to sing the blues, you got to live the blues, because it's a feeling. It's not just music. It's a feeling. You got to sing it with feeling. And that song in particular was about being in love with someone, and they don't love you back. And that kind of
I've been there. Kind of the friend zone. The friend zone. The friend zone. You heard that term before?
No.
When you have, I know.
Oh,
when you're a friend, but somebody friend-zonize you.
No, I never. Heard
you
that
never
one.
heard that? Oh, that's the thing. So
It's friend-zonizing.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's that when you have a crush.
Oh,
right. You like this girl, and she hang out with you, and she's lovely with you, and she respect you, and she's nice.
Oh, come on! I'm gonna cry.
I
know what's gonna happen.
It's something like that, and then she tell you something like, you're very nice. You're my friend. I love you, but as a friend, and that is what we call the friend zone.
Oh, friend zone.
So you are friend-zonized. So she love you as a friend forever. And once you get into the friend zone, you're gonna be there forever, ever in the friend zone.
Yeah.
You don't want to be in that position for so long. But this way to defriendzonize yourself. But I suggest to everybody who gets into
go talk to someone else. They might like you. Yeah.
I think when I have been in the friend zone, I learned that very quick because I saw it around other guys. Like especially beautiful women. Like a lot of the time, they beauty, they pretty, they can't afford to just make everybody just wait, and then this thing about the friend zone is like an option, and usually what I do, and I have been friend zonizing also, like like women, like hey, she's just my friend, But this is the thing. This is what I realized. Yeah. But this is what I realized. This is a plan. If you really want somebody, like if you want it, then don't be in the friend zone. Just let it go. Yeah, because then I think, and then just let's see what happens. A lot of the time it works, but a lot of the time it doesn't.
Yeah. That's the hard part.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of the time it doesn't. Yeah. So this song is about, I mean, it's something like that, right?
Right.
And you create art with that.
Right.
And a song.
Right.
And
I'm an artist too. My mom always told me, don't do everything that everyone else does and think that's the only way to do it. So I started, when I started playing guitar, for a long time, I loved guitars. My mom and dad took me to the pawn shop one time. I looked up and there was an electric guitar. They were so shiny and pretty, and wow, man, that thing is beautiful. So that's where I first started wanting to play guitar. I seen one in this pawn shop, and it was just, man, it amazed me. It was so pretty. So then about 15 years ago or so, I started making my own guitar shapes because I noticed they're all shaped like a Stratocaster or a Les Paul or a Flying V. They're all the same shape. There's hundreds of brands and they're the same shape. So I made a lightning bolt that's almost 6 feet tall. It's a stand-up guitar.
yeah.
You don't need to wear a strap. And then I made a bass. It's I think it's about 6 feet tall, maybe a little taller. And it was a piece of wood I found by the dumpster. And it was really thick and heavy, and I put my knee into it. I tried to bend it, and nothing happened. I was like, man, this is a good piece of wood. I'm going to make something out of it. So I made an arrow.
No way.
I carved out an arrow with hand tools, and then I painted it red, and then I put gold leaf on top, and I put a lot of coats of clear. And it's a big red arrow, has flights on the back, on the top side, and a big arrow on the top. And I was like, get off the stage. This is a good weapon. And it's a stand-up bass, and all the parts are gold-plated. Everything on it's gold. And instead of having the plug on the front, I put it in the back so it doesn't take away from the piece of art.
Yeah.
With a wire hanging out of the middle of it.
So you still have it?
Yeah.
You sent me photos, man.
Okay.
You sent me photos.
And
that sounds cool.
The lightning bolt's a big yellow lightning, and it's pretty cool too. And it stands up. And I made a little red hatchet because I was driving by this restaurant in San Francisco, and it said open mic on Thursday nights. Bring your axe. That's what they call a guitar. So I made a little red hatchet.
They call it guitar. Wait a second. They call it guitar axe.
Yeah, like an axe, like chopping wood.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
So next, if I heard that I don't bring an axe,
Yeah.
then instead I bring the guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you ring the bell, they won't be so surprised.
Hey, where's that guy with that beard? We have an axe. They told me you bring it.
I don't know what we're doing yet.
So you also you musician, but you also create things with your hands.
Yes,
So,
yes.
And
I like to do woodworking. It's fun.
That's
Yeah.
basically what you're telling me.
Yeah.
So you can create like the frames that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're the man. Yeah, I need your help. We gotta talk after the show. Yeah, I just want to create this. We were talking earlier about
Sound absorbing panels.
Yes, because this podcast is kind of like moving around from place to place. But something I want to do is, I want to have kind of like my studio, and I think I have something going on, but it's so echoey. A lot of echo, like it's too much. So I have to treat that room and that's why I want to create those kind of like frames that made of wood. So now that I know you, and I know that you like to create things with wood, maybe we can do one of those panels in the shape of an axe. So that's gonna sound very sharp. So yeah, you know what is happening right now? I'm digesting like all this, setting up the podcast, creating it. It's a lot, man. Like, does it happen to you as an artist that you get exhausted of your ideas and trying to make things, to work in everything? Like, I'm saying this because I work so much in these things to make it happen. And we get tired. I mean, like we get tired. So, but does it happen with music?
Oh, yeah. Because I get here to the rehearsal studio at like 1 o'clock. I drop off my stuff and then I go shopping a little bit, and I come back at 4 o'clock, and I bring all the microphones. I bring my guitar, my amplifier, and a whole bunch of other stuff, and I set up everything in the room, and I clean up everything in the room back to the corners and the walls, and because there's 8 bands that play in this room 7 days a week. Okay, so everything gets left out, and so I put it all back to the walls because we have 7 people in the band,
and every person set up things different.
Yeah.
So yeah, you had to set up the things in the way that you want to set up. So it's
right. The drums are always pushed around somewhere where we don't need them.
Yeah.
And then when there's 7 people in here with all this equipment and everything, it gets pretty tight.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah. Especially as a videographer, moving the camera to those tiny places.
But
oh my God.
What I have to stay focused on is, this is what I want to do. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a good time, and at the end of the night, I'm going to be sleeping like a baby.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Sleeping like a baby, I'd be crying every 2 hours and crapping my pants. So,
Man, Danny.
So I'm not sleeping, but I sleep like a rock.
Okay,
yeah.
like a rock.
Like a rock star.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think last night I was having a very, I went to a language exchange where people practice English and Spanish. And this is something, one of the reasons this podcast is called inBrokenEnglish is because, yeah, it's a thing. Like, the way that I learned English, it was very bad. Like, I learned in terrible circumstances. It was very, very challenging. And I learned. I think now I speak. I mean, we can communicate. And I think most of the time I feel that I'm saying the right thing in the right way, but a lot of the times I'm not. I know that people let me, people forgive me because this is my second language.
Yeah.
But the idea of there to speak in front of the camera, with I know that, that's a language that I'm not 100% like into the language, so I think finding ways to challenge that fear through art, is kind of like, I guess what is happening right now is that I'm celebrating that I got this, and I'm realizing right now, I'm having the moment, Yeah. Anyways, I think I blew it up, but you got the point, right?
Yeah. In broken English, yeah. So
that's a broken thought right there.
So I know a lady that was Korean, and she grew up in Japan. She married a guy in Texas that was from Poland that taught her English.
How's that? What do you think?
I couldn't understand a word she was saying.
I think you talked to me about this lady. Yeah. So how you communicate?
Oh, my wife would translate. She knew what she wanted.
Oh. Okay.
But anyway, I thought the translating thing was kind of like, whoa, man. She's
Yeah. And then this is the thing also is the translation, but also especially like for example, I was not born in this thing of United States of America. I was born in Puerto Rico. Like, yes, we have this, we American citizen, but we Latin culturally speaking. So there is this cultural gap also that's what amazed me about cultures, that people can think very different. So it's not only the fact that we speak different language, but we also think different. And I think a lot of the time, funny things happen. Like, yeah, because now I'm not only saying something weird, I'm also sounding weird, And-
You're right, and it's funny.
yeah, it's funny. It is funny. That's actually, it is funny. That's how I learned English actually. And this is my best advice. If you want to learn another language, be cool to mess it up all the time and laugh every time you say something wrong or you didn't say it right. Just enjoy that process and laugh about it, and that's how you learn. Oh,
Here comes a squeaky toy.
And you get mad, you get yeah, because a lot of people, that's why a lot of people don't learn things, because they're afraid to fail or to not look good.
Right.
And if you're learning a new language, you're gonna sound awkward, and but for me it was very important to learn it, because that was a way for me to get out. But that was a part of me that I was afraid to communicate. I was like, oh, because I know, it took me years. It was a progression. And I think it was very sad when I realized that when you don't dare to communicate, or to like example, like your music, for example, is a way of communication.
Oh yeah.
If you're afraid to spread out your music, that's now like a dilemma. You're very challenged because of fear. So to me, talking and dare to speak in broken English is like a big deal for me. So and I'm celebrating that. And I think you understand that. I'm sharing this with you because you're an artist, and you're talking about, you're seeing your band growing and things happening, and yeah, I think you know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's work. It takes work, and you have to laugh. Sometimes things don't work the way you want, and you can't cry. You gotta laugh.
I think we can cry too, yeah, but it doesn't. Cry just release you, but then you gotta do it anyways.
Recently, about a year or so ago, I've had my own business for quite a while, and I went and talked to the boss where I was working at, and she said, "Well, Danny, you're lucky you even work here." And when I got home, I had an email that said, "I don't work there anymore. Thank you for your time and patience. You're terminated." And instead of being mad, I was glad. I texted her, or I emailed her right back and said, "Thank you very much for helping me graduate out of that place. Now I'm on a whole better thing. Thank you so much."
Yeah, because right now you're doing this, you hanging out.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Talk to me about that. Yes, I didn't know that was a thing, but it's a thing.
Yeah. So when I went to where I was working at, this old guy was there, and he ended up being my neighbor, and it was a 30-mile commute, and he caught the bus and the train and a taxi, and I said, "Hey, why don't we just ride together?" And he showed me all the tricks of installing art, because he was the director of installations at the Oakland Museum for 50 years, and he knew everything about it, and he gave me the knowledge to do that, and now I'm the expert.
That's cool.
Yeah. It is cool. And
See,
now I have my own business, and it's thriving all the time, and I feel great.
yeah,
He really changed my life. An old guy, old wise man.
yeah, the wise man.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes me happy. A lot of times, this thing about sometimes bad things need to happen
Mm-hmm.
and good things at the same time. So something better
Yeah.
happen at the long term.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to realize when a bad thing happens, it'll be over in some shape or form. It'll be over, and something good will happen, and it'll be way better than what was bad that happened. And it's up and downs, just like the stock market goes up, goes down. Sometimes it goes up, and then boom.
Yeah.
But you have to remember it's going to go back up because things are good.
Yeah, that's so
You have to
true.
keep a positive attitude.
Yeah, that's so true. Now that you're saying that, I meditate a lot. Like I like meditation is the most important habit that I have, and doing this exercise that I'm recognizing my emotions. And I'm saying this because, like you said, a lot of the times things are good, but a lot of the times things are. Yeah, I heard that. Right?
It's getting closer.
Oh my God, this is coming.
Sounds like it's going to come through the wall.
This is the end. I a lot of the things. Talking about emotions, I remember. So, like you said earlier, there's good times and there's bad times, and I think it's very important as a human recognize when there's a good time and when it's a bad time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's way important to know what to do and what attitude to have when there's a bad time. Because a lot of us think, or this is something I learned the hard way, we thinking and planning when things are good, but we need to learn also how to think when things are not that good. And having a positive mindset and be optimistic and understand that bad things have to happen a lot of the time to allow good things to happen it is very important. And that's something that I have been learning now, in these past years, that can help me to understand or just enjoy life, and be hopeful and do things, Yeah, so I'm glad that right now you're your own boss, you have your own business, you hang art.
Yeah.
How people get you? Like how you get the clients? Should we do
That's
an ad? Should we do an ad here?
That's a secret formula of mine.
That's a secret. Okay. So if you have some secret art to hang out, call Danny. He will hang out your art in a secret place. Call now, Danny. Hey, why you want this? Yeah. Well,
So with good things happening and bad things happening, you have to always remember that even though things are happening, you have choices. That you're not always trapped. Sometimes you go, oh my God, I lost my job. Oh my God. There's another job out there. The way you found your last job, you're probably looking for a job and you found it. So think positive. Say, hey, I'm going to go get a better job. Forget that last job. I'm better than them because they got rid of me. I'm better. So I'm going to go this other direction and find something better.
Yeah, I am so happy that you're saying that. That's so true. Yeah, you said it. Yeah, that's very true. What do you think? I mean, like, I'm a believer that everybody should have today's day like different ways to generate income. Talking about jobs, and I think economy is different. I mean, for a lot of people, having one job is a good thing, but I believe that throughout time, we need to be more creative in the way that we generate income, and there's different ways to this day to make money, and I think a lot about the same thing: connecting, collaborate, create value for others, and there is that energy that you can monetize, So I think that just thinking about just getting a job and give all your life to that job, like just said, you have a job today, tomorrow you don't have it, and they don't remember you, and that's okay. I mean, that's okay, but I think it's very okay to stay positive and understand that there is opportunities out there. The universe kind of like put things together, and if you're wise enough, I'm optimistic, you find ways out.
Right.
Yeah, and I think that's a good thing. I just wanted to say that.
So when I got out of high school, one of my friends, he says, "Hey man, I got a job." I said, "Wow, what are you doing?" He goes, "Well, I'm working over here at this place over here." I said, "Well, that's great, man." And I didn't have a job, and a couple of days later, he goes, "Hey man, I got a new job. I'm working at this place over there." And I said, "Wow, you're only over there for like a week. What are you doing over here now?" He goes, "Oh, I'm going to be there for 3 days. I'm doing temporary work through an agency." And I thought, wow, that's cool. So I went down, I talked to the agency, and they sent me over that way. And then I was there for like a week or two, and then the job ran out. I went back to the agency. So they said, "Oh, go this way now." And I went that way. And then after a while, I was doing like assembly line kind of work, where we make a package and close it up and send it off like that. And then I realized when I got to this other place, they said, "Okay, here's the stuff here. Make a package here, and then when you need more, it's over there. And if you need some of these things right here, they're way over there." So what I did is I went and I got some of those things and some of those things. And I had everything to do it right here. So I didn't have to keep walking back and forth all the time. And then that made me very high performance. I was making that stuff really quick. And they came over and said, "How'd you do that so quick?" I said, "Well, I got this stuff over there and over here." They're just like, "Wow, we never thought of that." So then I realized every time I went someplace, there's an easier way to do something than what they're doing right now. Thinking outside that box, like my mom said. Just because everyone's going over there and over there and over there and getting this package put together, why don't you just bring them here? And it's a lot easier. So thinking outside the box has really helped me in my whole life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think as an artist and creator, you have to think out of the box, right?
Right.
Yeah.
You can't paint the same picture everyone else did. Yours is supposed to look different. So that's why I look different. I'm painting my own picture.
Yeah. You look very unique, Danny. You look very unique. You have a great energy, like I'm seeing how people interact with you. And I heard people when they talk after they talk to you, and they always say good things about you. And you have a very cool vibe. Like your vibe is cool. I enjoy it a lot. Yeah. And I'm glad that you're saying these things, that now they're going to be like, bro, this is going to be like recorded, put it together in a package, and it's going to be on YouTube, Spotify. People are going to listen to us. I hope.
Well, when I was a little kid, my mom and dad, they were bikers, motorcycle people. And they're having a big party in our garage because we had a pool table. And one time I went over, I was a little kid that would come over and tell my mom, "Hey, I'm going to bed." I didn't want to stay up all night. I got sleepy. I'm smart enough. I'm going to go to bed. So she goes, "Okay, but you see that guy over there?" I said, "Yeah." She goes, "That guy right there with that lady right there?" I said, "Yeah." She goes, "Don't be like that guy." And I say, "Daddy?"
Oh, Danny, that's so dark.
So I tried all my life to be like that guy.
Oh, you actually about your dad? That's actually
Huh?
You talking about your dad? You
Yeah,
said-
yeah. I tried the best not to be like my dad.
Wow.
And right now in my life, I look just like my dad. So I look in the mirror and say, "Hey, man, I'm here to save the family." That's me. Not him. I'm being the good guy.
You have a good relationship with your dad and mom? Or?
Oh no.
Oh no. Yeah.
No, they're both gone now. But my mom, I had a good relationship with my dad. But my dad, I think he was jealous that my mom loved me.
Oh yeah.
It's a thing that happens.
Yeah.
Anyway, he didn't like me. My mom always says, "He's the only dad you ever have." So I try to be nice to him and stuff. And I was like, "Man, this guy's a jerk." I mean, it could happen to anyone.
Yeah.
But I realized it at one point. And I was like, "Man, there's no winning."
Yeah. I didn't have. I had a messed up childhood too, and no good relationship with my parents, I had to learn. Now that we end up talking about, damn, such a dark topic, but this is what I learned too. And
It's a real topic, though.
it's
man.
a real
People
topic.
go through this stuff.
Yes. I'm so glad that you're saying that. You're so on point. I talk about this with other people, and I think we have to talk about it. It's very healthy. But I learned this that, like I grew up in a very messed up childhood, and I was a victim as a kid, and I think that when you're a victim as a kid through life, then you become a victim teenager, and some people stay as a victim for the whole life, then become a man who's a victim, or a woman that is a victim. I think my point here is, and I had to learn this because I became victim, and I said, look, whatever dad and mom did to us, I mean, yeah, that was bad, but we need to find ways to be responsible and just keep moving. We need to.
You can't change the past. You can only change the future.
Yeah.
So I read a book one time that said, "Think positive," and it mentioned all these ways to just think positive. And then I started using those ideas in my own way, and it's working.
Yeah.
Because if you get stuck on the negative, people won't even want to be around you. You'll be all negative and
Right.
Yeah.
Then become like a cycle. And I think,
Yeah.
I think especially people who have childhood trauma, because I saw that in me. I said, wait a second. I learned a pattern of creating this future that is going to fuck me again. And I create this pattern, and then I realized that, and then what I realized, that's exactly what my parents did, because they have traumas that they didn't heal, so
Right.
now they're part of the cycle, and then just realize that you're part of the cycle and break that cycle. It is hard, but that also what's kind of like give a life back, like reset. And I think that's what I'm so excited about life right now. Like, I'm so excited because I feel that, I got it. I know what I had to do. And yeah, there's now just, I don't know if I can joke as dark as you. No, that's the other thing. I think humor is so important to heal and just laugh. Like you said earlier, just laugh.
I laugh all day.
I know, man.
I'll be thinking something when I'm working, and I'll just laugh a little bit. And sometimes someone will say something, and I make a little fun of it, and we both laugh. And even on my key ring, I have a little thing that says "laugh, laugh, laugh."
Oh, that one of your rings?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
that's cool. I would like to see it. Yeah.
It's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah, you love to collect rings.
Then I have another one. It's on my other key ring. It says "Live your dream."
Live your dreams.
Yep.
Yeah. You living your dreams?
Yes, sir. It took me a long time to find that little thing that says "Live your dream," and I thought, man, I got to follow this. This is a sign, a message to me that when I ran across it, there it was. It says "Live your dream," and I was like, man, I got to keep this thing. It's a little key ring kind of thing.
Yeah, man. That's very important.
But you have to remember that you have a dream. A lot of people are stuck. They're doing everyday things and they don't remember that they have a dream. Or someone says, you can't do that. And you think, wow, I can't do that. Screw those people, man. Try to do it. And it might happen. And if it doesn't happen, it wasn't meant to be. But if it does happen, man, you're the winner. And you can keep striving for it, whatever it is anyway.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got me thinking. I need a moment to digest that because it's very true. Yeah. Like,
well, just this having this conversation, a lot of my friends, they'll call me up and ask me, what about this and what about that? And then I'll say, blah, 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 and this or that. And then they go, oh, wow, you just gave me a great idea.
Yeah.
It's in me to help, I guess.
Yeah.
And think outside the box. Because sometimes you're stuck going around in a circle like a rat in the little hamster wheel.
Yeah.
Run. You're not getting anywhere. It's just going by, and
That cycle. That's...
Sometimes you have to get out of the little rat cage thing.
Yeah.
And stop and look out the window and go, wait a second, where am I? A couple years ago, one of my friends had her caretaker at her property up in the mountains in the forest. She went all dingbat. They had to fire her, and then they needed someone to be there because otherwise the place would get burglarized and things would get stolen from the neighbors. They'd see there's no one there or whatever. And I went up there and I was there for 28 days by myself.
What?
In the forest with a nice house that was empty. I brought my guitar, my amplifier, and one room was all tile. Oh, it sounded like I was in a concert hall. It was a lot of fun. But being by myself for 28 days, I had all my food I wanted and stuff like that, and I was set up sleeping quarters and everything. It was great. And sunshine, I didn't have to wear clothes. It didn't matter. There was no one out there but me. And the neighbors, if they wanted to see me, they had to be on the property. So that means they're trespassing. So anyway, I was there for 28 days, and I thought to myself, who am I? Where am I going? What do I want out of life? What's going on in my life right now? How can I change these things that are in a negative position to a positive position?
Yeah.
And I walked out, and I went out and I looked at the wood pile, and I found 4 pieces of art that were in the wood. I brought them back and I put them on the front porch, and I made my own little art gallery there out of pieces of wood that looked like something else. Okay? I found a chipped piece of wood that looked like a Tibetan monk with a big pointed hat on him, and one that looked like another piece of a little log, and it looked like it had a stairway going up, and I put the monk at the top of the stairways. It was just a chip of wood, and it looked like a monk in a robe with a pointed hat on. And and the other pieces of wood were just crazy, and I did things with those too. But cool, I can't speak about them right now. They were kind of X-rated, and I was like, holy cow, look at this piece of wood.
Oh, man. It's nice to remember things, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I do that a lot. I take time in solitude to remember good time.
Exactly.
I think I want to sneeze. Yeah, let me see. I think it's gone.
So anyway, when I was there for 28 days, I started focusing on myself and seeing what might be wrong with me or what's right with me.
Yeah.
My strengths and weaknesses. And after 28 days, I came home and I was a more positive person because I realized what my dreams are and where I want to be and where I am. And it worked out in a very positive way.
How cool.
Mm-hmm.
I get excited when I hear this because I'm a believer that energy attracts energy. So if I hang out with you,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I say, okay. So I'm in the right. It's happening to him. So I'm in the right track. I just need to keep going. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
And figure out a way to make it
Yeah.
work. If it's not working, work on how to make it work.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And then when you get a
Cool.
positive mindset, a lot of positive things will happen to you because people will say, look at him or her or you. That person is really positive. And it might change their mindset a little bit and be a little more positive themselves because they see it can be done.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Positive creates positive and attracts positive. Well, did I tell you I found a bunch of money?
You always find money, Danny.
Oh, no, yeah, I told you then, yeah.
Where you find money this way?
Oh, no. It started off, I found $2 in the gutter. A couple days later, a week later, I found two 50s in the street blowing in the wind, two $50 bills. And a week after that, I was walking through the store and I looked in the intersection inside the store and there was a $20 bill wadded up laying in the middle of the thing there. And I just walked by and picked it up. And this lady says, "Hey, I was looking at that too." I said, "Yep," and I picked it up. And I just walked right past her. Yeah. And then after that, I was walking down the street, and I out of the corner of my eye, I could see things that are out of place. I don't. It's something in my brain. Anyway, so I was walking along, and I seen something out of the corner of my eye. I looked down, and it was a $100 bill. I went, holy cow. I picked up this $100 bill and I stuffed it in my pocket. I looked around really quick and I looked it back down at, man, there's another one. I found $200 bills, two $50 bills, a $20 bill, and $2.
It was in the same street.
No,
It was different locations.
I like to walk. That day I was on an 8-mile walk and it felt like my feet were going to fall off.
Well,
But that gave me a lot of energy when I found $200 laying in the grass, man. I was like, man, am I lucky or what?
okay. We need to follow Danny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I found a $200 in a stack of 20s that had been folded twice, laying on the sidewalk at night. My friend stepped right over it, and I swept it up. And I was like, holy cow, this is a bunch of money.
Oh, that's so cool to find money. I don't remember whether I think last time I found money was in my own pocket.
Yeah, sometimes.
I got some 20s here. I got some 50. Do they do 50?
Huh?
It's 20 and 50. Do they do 50? Is that a thing?
20, 50, and then 100.
I haven't seen a $50 like I haven't seen a 50. I have seen 10, 5, 20s, 100. You got 50? You got 50? You show me.
You got a short memory, man.
I don't
We'll talk about that later.
I'm on my short memory, okay? I'm on my short memory. Oh, this is a 50. I hadn't seen a $50. Look, I think and then who's it's a president, right?
Yeah, Grant. President Grant. It says under his right here across his chest, it says Grant.
Oh yeah, Grant.
And the other one says Washington and Jefferson.
Yeah. That's kind of cool. Some little history lesson. I don't see too many 50. I see hundreds and 20s.
Oh yeah. You probably got a couple $1,000 bills in your back
Oh
pocket.
yeah. All my bills are $100. Yeah, I got like $10,000 now. Yeah, that's my daily average. That's how much I spend.
Hey, you're going out to lunch, right?
Yeah, with my $10,000 daily budget. Humbly, sure. Oh man. I sometimes I don't use cash. I don't use too much cash, and I don't spend too much outside either. Like I go groceries, and then I cook, and then when I go, I just swipe. And cash. I always got cash as a backup. It's good to have not 50. I don't have 50, but $220, $60 in cash, and that's it. but now I just use electronic stuff. But then, it's kind of cool when you look the bill and you said everything in the bill have a meaning. Like the president, why is there, the colors. I think that's kind of cool. I didn't know that was a president that the name was Grant. I know that now. Yeah. Yeah, I need to check that out. Anyways, I wish that you have a lot of my best. I wish you keep finding money.
Oh yeah.
I think you keep finding you're great. I think I wish you that things keep going the way that it is. You have a very good energy, and I'm enjoying this. Now, I have a question, man. We have been talking here for 1 hour and 12 minutes. I'm looking right now to the camera. 1 hour.
Yeah, it's almost time to set up for jam.
Yeah.
For rehearsal.
I think we should just cut it off, but this is fun, right?
All right, man.
This is cool. Yeah. All right.
All right, man. It was a blast.
Thank you. Hey, Danny, we should say, in the description of this podcast, I'm going to help me out here. In the description of this video podcast, I'm going to share the link of my van, right? You can find, and actually, go to Danny's channel. It's called My Band SF, right? Gonna let the description below. Why it's so hard to say this? I'm going to leave the link in the description of this podcast and video. Finally, I just said it right. I hope so. I really admire Danny and my van. If you are someone who really appreciate art and what is a real musician, you should check out Danny, my van. Also, you have a CD. You have a production. Damn, we didn't talk about a lot of stuff. I think we need to keep, this.
That'll be for next time.
Yeah, next time. But now we need to just play. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, gracias.
In broken English.
In broken English. Okay, man. Man. Hey, that was cool, man, right?
That was a good way to fade out too, laughing.
Yeah, we laugh. This is great. I was just looking a few times. I'm going to make sure that I'm recording. But yeah, this is recording. So I'm going to just...